Thank you to all our supporters who make this Mission and Vision series possible. This video is produced solely for the purpose of sharing general information and does not constitute any investment advice. Investors should do their own research or seek advice from professionals. Welcome to our Mission and Vision series. Our focus today is Xinyi Solar, which is a Hong Kong listed company with stock code 968HK. The financials are important. The daily ups and downs make me smile, make me cry. To know more about a listed company and what you are buying into, you do not have to be Warren Buffett. All you need to do is to read the chairman's statements. We prepare the highlights and we are reading them out for you. We prepare a mission and vision chart to let you understand the strategic positioning of Xinyi Solar. Carbon Neutrality 2060 is a major initiative of China to reduce carbon emission according to agreed target and schedule. To do so, renewable energy is the preferred choice. With remarkable cost reduction, in the past few years, solar power is extensively deployed in China and some countries overseas. Xinyi Solar is in the solar power sector, focusing on solar glass as well as solar farm development. A short overview of the company. The chairman of the company is Dr. Xinyi. Dr. Li is the visionary entrepreneur providing leadership to 3 listed companies. Xinyi Glass, stock code 868HK, listed since 2005, stock code 968HK. Xinyi Solar, listed since 2013, and 3868HK. Xinyi Energy, which is listed since 2019 or at the Hong Kong Stock Exchange. Xinyi Solar specializes in 2 specific streams of activities: R&D, manufacturing, automation, process optimization, technical sales support, and after-sales services of solar glass products. Number 2, solar farm project development. The core products of the company are photovoltaic power stations, ultra-clear patterned glass, back glass, and AR photovoltaic glass. The company set up its first production line in 2007 in Wuhu City of Anhui Province. The Tianjin production line started operation in 2010. The Malaysian production line commenced its production in 2016, and the Beihai Guangxi production line come on stream 2020. The key markets of the company are China, Netherlands, Spain, Germany, Italy, Turkey, and Ukraine. Before continuing, please give us a like, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell button. The following sections are visual, textual, or audio summaries of information from some sections of the Interim Report 2020 of Xinyi Solar. This is an independent third-party production and does not purport to represent Xinyi Solar in any way. Xinyi Solar Business Review, Mindmaps. In the interim report, the chairman addressed 3 specific series of questions. Firstly, what was the impact on business of COVID-19 in the first half of 2020, respectively for China market and the overseas markets? The second question is, how well was Xinyi Solar in generating revenue from the various income sources? And third question, what were the government policy updates that affected the state subsidized projects and the grid parity projects respectively? Xinyi Solar Business Review. Xinyi Solar is active in the China market as well as overseas markets such as Netherlands, Spain, Germany, Italy, Turkey, and Ukraine. Due to COVID-19, the lockdown and quarantine restrictions measures imposed in different provinces and cities of China have led to a substantial drop in production activities. Therefore, China has installed only 3.95 gigawatts of PV capacity in the first quarter of 2020, representing a decline of about 24% as compared to the same period last year. Yet very quickly, the China market started to recover in the second quarter. Overseas PV installations have started to show some sign of recovery since the middle of May 2020. For the China market, the group is active in 3 different types of businesses. Number 1, grid parity PV installation for clients. Number 2, solar farm development for self-developed construction projects. And number 3, solar power electricity generation. Some projects are state subsidized and some others are non-subsidized. For 2020, priority of new PV deployment is still assigned to parity projects and implementing bidding for projects requiring state subsidies. The consultative draft of the competitive bidding policy was issued in January 2020. Applications for subsidized PV projects with a total capacity of 33.5 gigawatts were received, about 36% higher than that of last year. In March 2020, China's National Energy Administration confirmed the subsidy amount earmarked for new PV power generation projects for this year. A total subsidy of about 1.5 billion renminbi has been set aside for incremental PV projects in 2020, of which 500 million renminbi is allocated for residential rooftop projects, 1 billion renminbi for bidding projects, including commercial distributed generation and utility-scale PV projects. Regarding the subsidy payment, China has adopted certain new administrative measures since January 2020. According to the new provision, it no longer publishes the renewable energy tariff subsidy catalog. Instead, all renewable energy projects must submit subsidy applications through the National Renewable Energy Information Management Platform. Grid companies will then determine and regularly announce a list of renewable energy power generation projects that are eligible for subsidy. This is called a Renewable Energy Power Generation Project List. This project list is drawn up in accordance with the project type, grid connection time, and technical levels. To provide a more conducive environment for grid parity projects to proceed smoothly, grid companies are requested to predict and verify the additional network capacity required for the new wind solar installation in 2020. Number 2, to ensure electricity generation dispatch. Number 3, to coordinate engineering and construction work on power transmission. Number 4, arrange the grid connection timing of the project. For self-developed constructed projects, the group managed to add new grid-connected capacity of 270 MW in first half of 2020, of which 100 MW are non-subsidized grid parity projects and 170 MW are subsidized projects. Due to the declining proportion of subsidies and simplified application procedures employed under the grid parity policy, the group has gradually shifted its development focus towards the non-subsidized projects. The group has initially started its non-subsidized projects in areas with better sunlight utilization hours as well as high electricity cost and has completed 3 projects in Guangdong, Hubei, and Anhui provinces so far. Leveraging the experience accumulated by its in-house engineering, procurement, and construction team and the continuous declining cost, the group is quickly extending non-subsidized projects to other regions with less solar radiation. The group has also participated in subsidized PV projects in 2020. The bidding mechanism is similar to that of last year. Qualified projects are obligated to come online by the end of 2020. Each quarter of delay in the completion will cause a reduction of the feed-in tariff by 0.01 renminbi per kilowatt hour. According to the bidding results of subsidized PV projects released by NEA in June 2020, 434 projects with a total capacity of about 26 gigawatts were approved, and among them the group has secured a 60 megawatt project in Guangxi. The company enjoyed steady growth in the first half of 2020. Revenue and gross profit increased by 7.5% and 7.4% year-on-year respectively. The company added 4 solar farms with an aggregate grid-connected capacity of 290 megawatts, including a 20 megawatt project acquired by Xinyi Energy Holdings Limited and its subsidiary from an independent third party. By end of June 2020, the company has accumulated approved grid-connected capacity of solar farm projects, total of 2,920 megawatts, of which 2,764 megawatts was for utility-scale ground-mounted projects and 156 megawatts was for rooftop distributed generation projects. With electricity generated for self-consumption and for sales to the grid. In terms of ownership, projects with a capacity of 1,514 megawatts were held through Xinyi Energy Group, which is 52.7% owned by Xinyi Solar. Projects with a capacity of 1,206 megawatts were held through wholly owned subsidiaries. Projects with a capacity of 100 megawatts were held through non-wholly owned subsidiaries, which is 90% owned by the group, and a project with a capacity of 100 megawatts was held by a joint venture, which is 50% owned by the group. Your support is very important to us. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell button. Here comes the final section. Xinyi Solar Business Outlook. The slowdown of global PV deployment as a result of the COVID-19 crisis will inevitably affect the demand dynamics across different segments of the solar value chain and create new challenges to the industry players. Supply chain disruption, construction delay, and financing challenges all give rise to the lower projection on the current year's PV installation than previously expected. Nevertheless, massive cost reductions in recent years have enabled solar power to compete directly with other energy sources. After short-term setback, diversification and expansion of PV installation across the globe are expected to resume. Rapid cost reductions have caused the solar business becoming less reliant on government subsidies. However, its further growth still hinges on the supportive initiative of different governments, with more and more countries approaching grid parity. Supportive measures on grid access, priority dispatch, power purchase contracts, and electricity market reform are becoming more important. China's PV installation rate is poised to achieve a strong rebound in the second half of 2020. Increased interest in PV investments by state-owned enterprise, the higher-than-expected approved quota for subsidized projects, and overwhelming response in non-subsidized grid parity project applications all contribute to the higher expectation of the country's PV deployment for the remainder of 2020. Scale advantage, product innovation, technology-driven cost reduction, and the gradual phasing out of less efficient production lines will continue to drive the growth and may trigger further industry consolidation in different segments of the solar value chain, including solar glass. To prepare for future growth and enlarge market share, the group is expanding its solar glass production capacity. The first new production line with daily melting capacity of 1,000 tons per day in Guangxi already start trial run by the end of June 2020, and the second one with daily melting capacity of 1,000 tons per day is expected to commence operation in August 2020. For the 4 new production lines in Anhui, each with a daily melting capacity of 1,000 tons per day, the group aims to start the operation of a new production line in each quarter of 2021. To improve cost efficiency and product development, the group's first low-iron silicon sand mine in Guangxi is expected to begin operation in September 2020, which can help mitigate the impact of rising raw material costs. The group will also accelerate development and promotion of thin glass in double-glassed and bifacial solar module applications. As for solar farm business, the group will boost its project pipeline in different regions of China, aiming to maintain its annual installation target of adding a new capacity of 600 megawatts in 2020. The COVID-19 outbreak has caused a widespread impact to the world, but it also presents a good chance for policymakers to increase the commitments to solar power in their post-crisis economic stimulus packages, and through which to speed up the transition process to clean energy. Thanks for watching. See you next time.